Sway returns to Purdue University for a series of free outdoor performances of its new show, Bloom. Inspired by the flowers of the Smoky Mountains, the Australian collective of acrobatic artists performs atop 14-foot sway poles where they arc high in the sky in a family-friendly, colorful, and spirited performance that explores themes of nature, community, transformation, individuality, and diversity. September 8th and 9th on the Purdue Memorial Union South Lawn. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Purdue audiences were mesmerized by Larry Fleet when he opened for Jake Owen in February of 2020. Soulful, heartfelt, and humorous, Fleet's music represents his blue-collar, small-town upbringing with pride. Touring in support of his 2021 album Stack of Records, Larry Fleet returns to Purdue with his country music style that can appeal to fans of modern sounds, as well as those who like classic outlaw country reminiscent of Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings. September 8th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Join us for the 27th Annual West Lafayette Global Fest to celebrate our diverse community. Expect dozens of booths and multiple performance areas brimming with delectable delights, craft beer, cultural activities, and the celebration of live music. Headliners include Ethiopian jazz artist Gili Yalo, Mongolian folk act Tuvergan Band, and the New Mexican string band Lone Piñon. September 17th in downtown West Lafayette. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations, the City of West Lafayette, and the International Center of West Lafayette. New York-based jazz singer Cecile McLorin Salvant has been amazing audiences and critics for years. Since winning the Thelonious Monk International Jazz Competition in 2010, she has released multiple critically acclaimed albums and graced stages worldwide to standing ovations. Touring in support of her new album Ghost Song, which was conceived and recorded during the COVID-19 lockdown, Salvant makes her triumphant return to Purdue. September 29th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. The 9-time Tony Award winner is genius, brilliant, phenomenal. The Book of Mormon is the funniest musical of all time. It's the gold standard for comedy that goes further than any other comedy in history. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, October 16th at Elliott Hall of Music. Tickets at convocations.org.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Elle, and Bruiser. You know, from the smash hit musical, Legally Blonde. It's a woman's world, and I'm boldly going where no blonde has gone before. And having so much fun, it ought to be illegal. Live on stage, Legally Blonde, the musical.
October 26th at Elliott Hall of Music. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Based on the popular children's book, Grace for President tells the story of a smart, precocious, and tuneful young girl who decides to run for class president while questioning the lack of women in the Oval Office. This family-friendly musical tells the story of Grace and her classmates as they learn about the presidency, campaigns, the election process, and what it takes to be a leader, whether that leader is of the free world or of their elementary school. October 29th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin's career and life helped to pave the way for some of today's biggest stars. From the producers of the Simon & Garfunkel story, RESPECT explores Franklin's extraordinary talent and courageous life, featuring classic hits like Natural Woman, Think, and of course, Respect. November 5th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. New York's Aquila Theater returns to Purdue to present their take on Jane Austen's novel Pride and Prejudice. For more than 200 years, the romance between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy has captivated audiences in the written form, as a hit film, and now a classical theater production. Enjoy the delightful and romantic misunderstandings, class satire, and English country dances as Aquila Theater brings new life to this classic text. November 10th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Aquila Theater will finish this year's repertory residency at Purdue by breathing new life into the Bard once again with its take on Julius Caesar. A classic tale of the machinations of power and political institutions, William Shakespeare's beautiful language combined with the artistic direction and striking imagery of Aquila Theater is a must-see for classical theater fans. Witness the drama and turmoil that led to the most famous backstabbing in ancient history. November 11th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Old school hip-hop, funk, and breakdancing meets new school audiences when the Secret Agency hits the stage with their Grammy-winning Hip Hop for Kids. This family-friendly concert will get your young ones moving and learning through the power of rhythm and rhyme. The Secret Agency songs radiate positive vibes that are infectious in the classroom and in concert. The Washington Post says even parents skeptical of hip-hop will be powerless to resist. November 18th at Wells Community Cultural Center. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Midwest-born but internationally renowned classical pianist Kenny Broberg boasts an impressive repertoire, from his original pieces that have been showcased on NPR to his take on master composers like Brahms and Liszt. Winner of the 2021 American Pianist Association Award and the Christelle DeHaan Classical Fellowship in Indianapolis, Broberg will make his Purdue debut and join the list of amazing artists who have played the treasured Steinway. November 20th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. 10 Thing returns to Purdue after a successful 2017 engagement to bring us a new holiday music experience with their program, A Feeling of Norwegian Christmas. The 10-piece all-female brass ensemble is led by trumpeter and group namesake Tina Ting Helset, whose arrangements are full of surprise and wonder, just like the holiday itself. You'll hear music of the Christmas season from across Europe, America, and even some Disney holiday tunes to warm your heart. December 11th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Trumpeter Sean Jones's Dizzy Spells has wowed New York audiences for years with its interpretation of the late great jazz master Dizzy Gillespie. Armed with a turntablist and the tap-dancing Appalachian style of Brene Ali, Jones and Dizzy Spells put a new spin on Diz, from his bebop beginnings to his later Afro-Cuban tunes. The band will serve as an amazing kickoff to the 2023 Purdue Jazz Festival, January 20th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. The 2023 edition of TEDx Purdue U will contain a terrarium packed full of ideas and research that explore the variety of ways technology, entertainment, design, culture, sustainability, and environmentalism interface with each other in the world today. Boundary-pushing experts from Purdue University, the greater Lafayette community, and the world at large will present their ideas in the classic TED format of talks that are 18 minutes or less. February 18th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by TEDx Purdue U.
You know the name, you've heard the song, but until you've seen it live, you haven't experienced the magic of Cats.
Touch me, it's so easy to leave me.
It's the memory shared by millions. Cats.
February 19th at Elliott Hall Music. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Indiana winters can be rough. It's best to hunker down while enjoying a pint, some songs, and the story of the strange undoing of Prudencia Heart, a full-tilt immersive theatrical experience based on the original National Theatre of Scotland production that wowed Purdue audiences in 2012. Contemporary themes, Scottish culture, and razor-sharp turns of the tale make Prudencia manically funny and soul-searching, often within the same stanza. February 21st through 26th at Duncan Hall in downtown Lafayette. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Danny Carmo's Mathematical Mysteries dazzles and amazes young audiences in a show where math, theater, and technology collide to prove that understanding math can be fun. Danny Carmo's passion for the magic of math equals a feast for the eyes and brain. After selling out his 2018 Purdue performance, Carmo will bring a new show of traditional and multimedia tricks that will astonish, all with mathematical elements that young audience members can learn. February 26th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations. Memphis, Tennessee is known for its distinctive flavor of music, art, and dance. For the last decade, renowned dance artist Lil Buck has been an agile ambassador of Memphis Duke, the River City's ankle-bending, gravity-defying style of street dance. His skills and efforts have culminated in the new production titled Memphis Duke The Show, which will take you on a journey to the fabled city to chronicle how the art form emerged from local street dances to be an international phenomenon. March 4th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations.
25 years ago, one extraordinary show danced its way into history. Riverdance. Now it's time for the next step. Experience the breathtaking phenomenon, Riverdance, the 25th anniversary show.
March 26th at Elliott Hall of Music. Details at convocations.org. presented by Purdue Convocations. Atlas is a classically trained string quartet lauded for their passionate and dynamic performances of unique covers of your favorite pop and rock hits, original compositions, and more. Featuring former Lafayette resident Genty McTavish on violin, the group is sought after on stage and in the studio. Curating programs that are both diverse and intriguing, an Atlas performance is more than an experience. It's a conversation between artist and audience. Free pop-up performances April 12th and 13th around Purdue's campus and Greater Lafayette. Details at convocations.org, presented by Purdue Convocations. Bless yourself with the experience of the 50th anniversary tour of Jesus Christ Superstar. The mega rock opera, based on one of the greatest stories ever told, broke box office records in the 1970s, garnering millions worldwide, led by the unmistakable music by Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber. The New York Times called this revival of Jesus Christ Superstar an adrenaline-pumping production. Don't miss the show that appeals to theater audiences and rock fans alike. April 14th at Elliott Hall of Music. Details at convocations.org, presented by Purdue Convocations. French-Canadian chamber orchestra Les Violons du Roi has been performing Baroque and classical music all over the world for over 35 years. Led by conductor Jonathan Cohen, Les Violons du Roi prides itself on showcasing guest soloists at its concerts, and their Purdue engagement will be no different. Pianist Inan Barnatan has wowed audiences worldwide just as he did at Purdue in 2016. The New York Times dubbed him one of the most admired pianists of his generation. April 26th at Loeb Playhouse. Details at convocations.org, presented by Purdue Convocations.